Hello everyone, it's Marcia Baker with Sketch Note Boss and Blessings. And today we're going to do very quick drawings of Thanksgiving icons. They will be so fun on little table placements, or it's a great thing to show the kids so they can get drawing too, so they can get involved in the holidays. And so we are going to do this very quickly. I'm just going to do this sheet of Thanksgiving icons. And if you are a member of Blessings, if you joined our mailing list, then you can get this whole packet. It's got gift tags and all kinds of other printables in the members only page, and you can do that by signing up for the newsletter. So go to www.blessings.com and sign up for the newsletter, and in that welcome newsletter there will be a link to the members only page, and then you can find tons and tons of goodies there. So because we really appreciate your support. So before we get started, I just want to let you know that the calendar is done. This is the calendar you all voted on and decided that what I should do, so I did it. Now, oh my gosh, I love this calendar. I just love, I did this part of this several years ago and I kind of redid it. This is a piece that's hanging at the Lake Williamson Christian Center in Carlinville, Illinois. So I just love this piece, but I love this verse too. Sort of really humbles me that the Lord thinks about me more than all the grains of sand. So there's a lot of sand in this world. So anyway, if you'd like to have one, you can get one on the Etsy shop. So all right, so you just go to www.blessings.com and hit on Etsy store, and it will take you to the calendars. So all right, let's get started. So very quickly, so I am just going to use, well, you know, you always, okay, I'm going to use my Roding pen, but you know, I really like the Sharpie pen. It's great, but I'm using this today because it's a little bit bolder and it's going to be easier for you to see the lines. But for my regular work, I normally just use the Sharpie pen. I think it's really economical, and it doesn't bleed, and it doesn't smear. So all right, so let's do Thanksgiving icons. So let's start with, let's kind of there. All right, let's start with a hat. So the hat is very simple. So it's not exactly a square. So it flares out at the bottom and then it flares out again. So I think those two things are called trapezoids. So we have one that's more tall and flowing out at the bottom. And I'm just going to close it. So there's that shape. And then I'm going to come out again for the brim. So another diagonal line. Okay, I'm going to close that. I'm going to come and draw a parallel line to this line, and then I'm going to draw two perpendicular lines and a little box, and then that way you've got the buckle for the top of the belt. So then let's draw some wheat. So wheat, really simple. So just going to draw a line, and then we're just going to add leaves. Right? I'm going to put one at the top. All right. All right. I'm gonna come and do this. There we go. All right. I'm gonna turn my paper so I can get the right angle going. All right. So just making a regular leaf shape, and then wheat has the additional little lines. Okay, I don't know my wheat part, my wheat anatomy, I don't know that. So, but wheat looks more like that. All right. All right, the cornucopia. Now the cornucopia I will use a pencil for, just to get me, I just want to draw that basic shape to help me with that. Okay, and then I'm going to draw kind of a circle here, kind of make that more rounded. All right, like that. So to come out, so we're going to start drawing the fruit out here a little ways, so more like down here. So we're going to put the fruit down here, right? So we'll start with an apple. All right, draw that with the leaf, and then I'm going to draw some grapes, kind of in a triangle shape, kind of a bunch of grapes, right? And then I'll put a stem on it, and then a leaf, another leaf, and then grapes have that little curly thing coming out. And then maybe I'm going to draw a tomato here. Okay, maybe not in season, but You know, if you wanted to draw a squash and look all that up, you could, but, you know, so maybe something like a potato there, something else rounded, and then maybe you can see another top of an apple up here, all right, and over there, so you can kind of see where cornucopia is full. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to draw, and I'm going to make this first circle a little bit bolder, and then I'm going to come off halfway right there. I'm going to pick this point halfway down, or maybe I should say the widest, I guess it's more of an oval, the white, almost the widest point, and I'm going to come up, over, and around, and then I'm just going to keep doing that, and I'm going to let these lines be a very general guide for me, and you can see I'm starting to get smaller. All right, just making a round half, basically a half circle, just kind of a rounded line. All right, and they just keep getting smaller, and there's my cornucopia. All right, the pie is really simple, so we're going to draw a straight line, and we're going to draw a half circle. We're going to come out with 2 diagonal lines and draw a wavy line. That's our pie crust. We're going to have 2 inverted diagonal lines, and there's our pie pan. And then, so I made this a lot bigger. That almost looks like a loaf of bread, doesn't it? So maybe you don't want to make your pie quite so tall. It's maybe something more like that, right? And then that looks more like a pie and not a souffle. All right, what's next? So wishbone. Okay, so my sister always did the wishbones, and she said she was cleaning out stuff and she actually found some wishbones. So basically I'm just doing a curve, a dot and a curved line, a dot and a curved line, and where they meet. And so fine, it doesn't have to be even. We're just drawing a little line. But anyway, my sister said she found some wishbones from when she was a girl, and so she sent some to my brother. So just for fun, because we're not going to be able to see him this year with all the craziness going on. So we have corn, which is a maize. All right, so I'm going to draw 2 leaves coming up for corn stalks, and you can actually do more, but I'm just going to keep it simple. Because again, if we're sketchnoting this, if somebody's talking about a Thanksgiving, if you're getting a Thanksgiving sermon or somebody's speaking about Thanksgiving, you got to go fast, right? So you could draw the individual kernels of corn if you have time, but there's a good chance you're not going to be able to keep up with the speaker. So that's why we want our icons to be fast, fast, simple, simple. All right, and then we have a pumpkin. So we're just going to start with an oval, and then we're just going to draw 2 more ovals on either side of that center one. All right. And there's our pumpkin. And I think they also have little curly lines. All right, and here's our next line. How are we doing? Let's move up a little bit so you can see everything. Well, you need to see everything. All right. Let's try that. All right. So our turkey is easy. And, and again, it just takes practice. So the first time it's, it may not look like turkey or may not be the turkey that you want, but that's okay. Because I promise the 100th time that you draw it, it's going to look better. All right. So there's my turkey leg. So I just drew kind of an S, and then I came and closed it, and then I kind of made a big loop for the turkey leg. And then I'm just going to draw an oval for the body, and then I'm going to come and draw another little loop to finish the leg. And then we got to put it on a platter, so we're just going to come around with an oval, half circle, and put it on a platter. So our ship, so again, I'm gonna draw a line for the ship, and then kind of draw this general triangle here, so I can kind of keep my sails very general. All right, so I'm gonna just, and you could draw masts and all of that, but if you look at the ships, they have, you know, several sails. Um, right, to keep the boats, ships, I guess they're boats, I don't know what you call them. So a little wavy line for the water. So, and then if you wanted to draw some planks to indicate woods for the ships, you can do that. And there you've got the Mayflower. All right, and then I feel like maybe I have an ancestor that was on the Mayflower, but I don't remember who it is. I'll have to look that up. So we're just going to draw for a teepee for the Indians. We're just going to draw a triangle, and we're just going to continue a little bit past the top of the triangle for the poles for the triangle. And then I'm going to draw another triangle in the middle, and if you wanted to just do flaps, I'm going to come up on an angle, and then there's my flaps. All right, and then we're going to draw a line, and now we got a little decoration. You know, if you wanted to draw, you know, the diamond pattern is very popular as an Indian motif, so you could draw that as well, whatever speaks to you. All right, so we're going to draw a pie from another angle here, so let's move that down just a little bit. So we're going to start with a very narrow triangle, and then we're just going to draw some lines down. And so basically, really, we just started out with a rectangle. We could also start out with a rectangle, and from that draw our triangle. Okay, and then we're going to draw the pie crust, right? And then if we wanted to give our, that could be cake, it could be layered pie. All right, so maybe for that one we'll make it a cake, and then this one we'll just make it a pie. All right, and obviously if you had time to color them, that makes all the difference in the world. All right, so apple. We kind of drew an apple already, but let's draw an apple. So an apple, you come up, they come down, and you kind of make two loops, and there's your apple. All right, apples are not round. We all want to draw a round apple, but they are not round. An acorn is really just an oval with a point on it. So actually, I'm going to draw the part of that oval, and then I'm going to close it, and I'm just going to come over just a little bit and put the rounded part on it. And then there's the top of the acorn, and then you can decorate it any way you want, but just putting a little checkerboard on there, and we all know it's an acorn. A sunflower. So, oh, you want to see the sunflower. There we go. You know what? I'm just going to start a new piece of paper so you can see it. So sunflowers, really simple. All right, we're going to start with a circle in the middle, and then again, I like to just do that checkerboard thing. And then I'm going to draw bigger leaves, and I'm going to come out and draw them on all four sides. And then if you want to add one or two lines that kind of show that the petals have some depth to it, you can. And then you can just come out behind. Remember we talked about stop and start lines. So when they come out, so the lines, so this line, this petal is on top because this line stops, right? Okay. So, and let's do that one. Well, that one didn't turn out really well. That's okay. And then we're just going to do little rounded triangles. And you can do 2 or 3 layers of rounded triangles for a fuller sunflower. And then if you're going to color it, I would start with the darker colors in the back and work my way to lighter colors. But not yellow, because it's got a little orange to it, so I have to be careful there. So there's our sunflower. And then if we have a cup of coffee or a hot cocoa, so we'll put a line there, and here's our handle for our mug, and we've got to put it on a saucer. And so we could just put little um, squares on top, partial squares, and that's cocoa. Otherwise, if you leave those off, then we've got coffee. All right, and let's do a pie. Okay, have you noticed the theme here? We've drawn pies 3 different ways. Okay, so, okay, and I just have to admit, I like the chocolate pie. I don't really like the pumpkin pie, and I don't like fruit pies. So, I just drew a squiggly line, and you might actually, you know what? So, you might actually want to just draw a circle just to kind of keep your circles grounded. You know, and you could do lattice on your pie, but on the outside of the pie, we're going to just do a little S curves, right? And then on the end, and then actually if we keep our inside, and it can be a little less curvy, and then just something in the middle, we kind of know that's a pie. And then a casserole. So we have a line, and let's just say we've got, you know, lots in our casserole, and I'm just going to do little dots here, and then come out. So it looks like a casserole, but I guess actually you could put a little knob on it, and it looks like a Dutch oven. It could be that too, which what we roast the turkey in. And that leaves us to the turkey. So da-da-da, there we go. So here's Mr. Turkey. So he's really just an S curve, and he's 2 S curves, but they're not parallel because we got to make room for the body. So we're just going to draw an S curve, and then we're going to come up and draw a little bigger S curve. I'm going to give him an eye and a waddle. That's what that is. I didn't know what that was, but someone on the Facebook Live let me know that that's a waddle. So, all right. And then we're just going to kind of draw. So I drew kind of a slightly curved line out both ways. And then I'm just drawing lines. And then I closed it and draw lines. And then you can maybe do a row like that. And then you've got his feathers. And then I'm going to come down and draw a Y and put a line in the middle for his feet. And you got a turkey. So how easy are those? So what a great, simple thing you could do on Thanksgiving to dress up your placemats or your name plates, your name tags, and you know, or share with the kids and have them draw. Or you could put these things on your gratitude list. If you know, if you're going to use one of the, you know, do the roll of gratitude paper, and you can draw little icons around it. That could be a really fun way to spruce up your gratitude list. So, all right. Thanks a lot. Let me know what questions you have. Anything you'd like to learn to draw, let me know, and we'll do it together. See you in the next video.